This was the big one. The clash of the giants. The clash of two teams that a lot of people say are favorites to win the Champions League. You got the Ballon d'Or winning PSG. You got the second place Ballon d'Or Barcelona, right? You got the team that a lot of people thought could have won the Champions League last year. You got the team that did win the Champions League this year. You got two teams going at each other, powerhouses, attacking football, just unbelievable football teams. You got Lamine Yamal on one side, you got Dembele on the other. The problem is Dembele's not there. Dembele's not there. Many players for PSG are not there. The lineups are a bit switched up, flipped up, kind of different. João Neves didn't even start this game. Very, very different PSG going against Barcelona without Rafinha. Now, this is something I need to make very key to everybody. Missing Rafinha is one of the biggest deals in world football. I don't care what nobody says to me. Rafinha is one of the best players in European football right now. And the fact that he was not there, the fact that he was missing is a very, very big hole. I know Marcus Rashford got the assist. I don't want to say that Marcus Rashford did not play well. I don't want to say that Marcus Rashford, whatever. I just think that Rafinha offers on that left-hand side a lot to Barcelona offensively. I mean, a lot. Let's start off with a few things. First of all, Barcelona's first goal, absolutely amazing. Beautiful football. Beautiful football. Football we love to watch. Things that make us enjoy this sport so much. That's what that goal offered us. The goal they suffered, horrendous. The goal they suffered, atrocious. The goal they suffered, absolutely what is going on with this back line? Can they win the Champions League with the back line? That's the questions that come to your mind when you see this goal. Can this team win the Champions League with that back line? And the truth is, the only way I see Barcelona winning the Champions League if they are perfect in front of goal. What do I mean by that? Had Torres scored his first chance around the 13th minute when he had a one-on-one, and it almost went in. Had he scored that, and then had they scored the goal that Torres did score, and it was 2-0 by the 18th minute, then I can see Barcelona winning the game. And that's the only way I see them beating big teams, is by putting in goals quickly and putting in goals to put a team away fast. Because if they depend on their defense, I think eventually the defense will crack. And that's exactly what happened in the 90th minute of this game. If you guys don't know, PSG loses 2-1 to Barcelona. The things I'm about to say, I don't want Barca fans to think I'm taking shots in any way, shape, or form. PSG deserved to win this game. When you look at it on paper, they were better shots on target, possession, pass accuracy. They even beat them in the foul category, all right? They even had more fouls, more corners, everything. They beat them in every single category. And it was Barcelona in the beginning game way better, which is the way it should have been because they're at home. Second half more towards PSG, right? Now, when we talk about that, this is the most important thing. Before the game started, if I was somebody who had to go and make a prediction in front of a bunch of people, go make a prediction, I would have looked at PSG starting 11. I would have looked at the fact that it's in Barcelona Stadium. I would have looked at Barcelona starting 11, which is pretty much healthy outside of Rafinha. And I would have turned to you and said, Barca wins this game. Because in no way, shape, or form do I think without the Ballon d'Or winning Dembele and the team being kind of moved around the way it was, they were missing many, many players. I could actually give you a list of the amount of players they were missing. They were missing Dembele, my boy Carvajal, Marquinhos, Doi, and João Neves. They were missing all these players. These are 5 ginormous players. Marquinhos, key defender. Carvajal, unbelievable left winger. Dembele, Ballon d'Or winning right winger. And then my boy Doi. I always mess his name up. Right? This is crazy. To be missing all these players and still go to Spain and get the result is massive. Is unbelievable. I'm shocked. And it makes me look at you and tell you like this. PSG is favorites to go back-to-back in the Champions League. Because if you can go to Barcelona and beat a healthy Barcelona outside of Rafinha, a healthy midfield from Barcelona. I believe the starting midfield was De Jong, Pedri, and Dani Almo. I'm pretty sure, just to make sure, because I want to make sure I check my facts. Healthy, Pedri, De Jong, Dani Almo, right? Healthy. Back line, pretty healthy. Balde didn't start because that was an option, right? They started Martin instead. So healthy. Right? Healthy Barcelona outside of Rafinha, which Rafinha is a really big deal. We spoke about this already. So the fact that you can go to Spain and win this game makes me look at you and go, you guys are favorites to go back-to-back. Barcelona, PSG just put themselves as the favorites to go back-to-back. in my opinion. Anyways, Barcelona really cooking, doing well in the first half. Many chances, many chances for them, bro, in the first half. Many chances. And then the story kind of changes as we get to the second half. Things start to change a little bit, but not only did, this is what really gets me. And again, I don't want Barca fans to think I'm talking smack in any way, shape, or form. Now, we got to keep it real with each other. Asensio at Madrid gets a lot of stick for being young, and people are like, I remember Barca fans going like, I thought y'all said he was the next Ramos and boom, 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 this. We see the same mistakes out of Kubasi. And it doesn't mean these players are bad. I think Kubasi is going to be the best center back in the world. I think Kubasi will get to be the best center back in the world. That's what I believe. I truly believe that. But on that first goal, and I even have it up here just so we could talk about it, I don't think you can step into that ball. He tries to like slide tackle the ball. I don't think you should step into it, because if you miss it, you're leaving a one-on-one. And both of PSG's goals are because the defense allowed one-on-ones, right? And this is where I tell you, can the team that plays so much on the, if we miss this, if we don't touch the ball here, they're scoring. When you look at Barcelona, the first goal, they allowed a one-on-one. And the second goal, and this is the one that really kind of gets to me. It's the 90th minute. It's 1-1. You know, you don't really, you got the point, right? And the point in this is more, it's a group stage, it's a table. A point here is a W. You don't have Rafinha. Walk out of here with a point. You walk out of here with your confidence. You walk out of here with everyone still thinking Barcelona are them. And you're fine. Instead, they allow this line. Lads, the way Hakimi, I can't comprehend how Hakimi is this wide open. Hakimi is before the ball gets played. It just, the defense of Barcelona is so compact and they're so wide open. And it's so wide open, lads, that when the ball gets played back into Gonçalo Ramos, I think to myself, he has to be offside, because there's no way a player is this unmarked. There's no way. In the 90th minute of a Champions League match, it's impossible. And he was. And this is what I tell you about Barcelona. Do I think Barcelona beats a Real Madrid? Yeah, I think they can actually. Yeah, 100%. I think they're actually favorites in a lot of these games, right? But if the team they're playing against knows how to hold their line, knows how to play the line, like if Mbappe can keep himself on side against Barcelona, they're done. They're done. If anyone can time this back line consistently, you could put 7 past this team, because it's all about timing. If you time it, you could put 7. The problem is they're so good offensively that they could put 7, right? So again, in my eyes, the way I've always seen it is defense wins championships. You gotta be a good defensive team to be able to win championships. You have to be. And I don't know right now in this moment if Barcelona's defense is good enough to win the Champions League, because it got exposed today twice in 2 very critical moments. One, Kubasi makes a terrible sliding tackle to get the ball. He should stay on his feet. He's the last defender. You got to stay on your feet. That's the first goal. And the second one, Balde leaves Hakimi so wide open. And here's the problem, y'all. Hakimi's not a typical right back. Hakimi is so good going forward that leaving Hakimi open in the 90th minute is like equal to leaving Mo Salah open on the right or something crazy like that. Because you know that Hakimi can put a good ball. You know Hakimi can score a goal. You know Hakimi can do everything that some of the best right wingers can do in football. And you leave him wide open. Wide open. On top of that, you leave Gonçalo Ramos wide open, who's, I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but look at his stats. He should be starting at most teams in Europe. He should be getting the go in most teams. The guy's incredible. His stats show, like, they prove so much. Like, there's been some flops out of Benfica, facts. This guy's not one of them. Look at his stats in European football. That guy scores in Ligue 1. Every time he comes in, he's scoring. He scores goals, bro. The guy gets stats. He gets stats. And you leave him open in the 90th minute. It's tough, man. It's a tough one. And again, I think the things I'm saying here, I think I speak for all Barcelona fans. I don't think I'm saying this in a way where Barca fans go, "Oh, Skills, man, you're really pissing me off, man, way you're talking about my team, or you're making me really upset." I don't think y'all actually think like that. I think you're like, "Yo, Skills, the things you're saying is the same way I kind of feel, bro. We can't be leaving a team wide open like this in the 90th minute of a Champions League game." I think y'all feel the same way I feel, bro. Y'all, I got a white hair right here. Where did that come from? It's blonde. It's blonde. It's a blonde hair, bro. It's not white. I'm young. It's blonde. Nah, man. So that's really my concern with Barcelona. Do I think they're one of the best teams in Europe? Absolutely. When you have Lamine Yamal on the field, I think that when you have Lamine Yamal on the field, your favorites to win most of your games. Lamine Yamal is such a talent, man. So fantastic. Such a player. Oh, here we go. Skills glazing again. You know what? I'm going to do a Barcelona video without glazing Lamine Yamal. How about that? I'm going to do a Barca video without glazing Lamine Yamal. All right? I'm just kidding. I'm not. Lamine Yamal is so freaking awesome, bro. Lamine Yamal is literally why you turn your TV on, bro. Like, that's, like, for real. Like, let's just keep it real, bro. Like, if you didn't pull up to this game because it's a big game, you pull up this game because Lamine Yamal's on the field, bro. Like, Lamine Yamal is that guy, bro. He's so awesome to watch, bro. He's so exciting, bro. He's so awesome with the ball in his foot. He was cooking for a big time there. You thought he was going to cook PSG. You thought he was going to go absolutely crazy. And that's what every time you get the ball, you're like, what's he going to do? And look, man, I only really got that feeling with a couple players, bro, in life. I'm going to keep it real with you. Cristiano, Ronaldinho, Neymarcito, Messi. You don't get it often. Mbappe, when the ball gets on their feet, you go, ooh, what's he going to do with this? Ooh, this is about to be exciting. Ooh, what's about to happen? You get that feeling. And that's what Lamine Yamal gives you. He gives that feeling of like, ooh, something good's about to happen right here. But again, man, tough loss here. PSG goes to Spain without 5 starters and wins this game. Very shocking. Not only they win it, they come back. And I could say something funny here to Barca fans. I'm not going to, because remember when y'all did this to Benfica? Last minute goal against Benfica when we were like 4. It went 5-4. Good game. Y'all made fun of me. I could, but I'm not that guy. I brought it up to let you know that I know that it's there. The opportunity is here. All right? You're missing 5 starters. All this happened. They're your stadium, missing 5 starters, last minute. I could. Not going to. Because I'm not that guy. You guys are that guy to me. I'm not that guy to you. And I love you. I'm not going to do that. This sucks. This sucks for Barcelona, bro. It does, man. It really exposed their defense, and hopefully Flick can get their defense right. Because there's going to be a lot of big Champions League games coming, and if they want to win the Champions League, the defense needs to be fixed, man. Other games that were kind of shocking, Monaco tied with Man City. Very, very shocking one right there. Napoli knocked off Sporting. Dortmund wins 4-1. That one was crazy. PSV and Leverkusen tied at 1-1. A lot of awesome games. Newcastle won big, but the big one was obviously the one we just talked about. And yeah, again, man, I know I was a little bit picky on Barcelona, but if you're considered a team to win the Champions League, we got to pick at the good and the bad. We got to be picky, because if you're a team that's going to win the Champions League, you got to be better. You got to be better. And defensively, I'm not sure they're there, if I'm being honest with you, because if Dembele was starting and all their and Carvadona, I don't know if this defense could have held up. I would love to get y'all's thoughts, man.